All right, you are not going to believe the latest twist in the ongoing saga that is Drake versus Kendrick.
Oh, really? What now? It feels like it changes every week.
I know, right? We've been dissecting bars and social media shade for, like, ages. But now, now we're potentially looking at boxing gloves.
Wait, boxing? Seriously, where did that come from?
Okay, so Drake hops on this live stream with Aiden Ross.
Uh-huh. I saw Ross just had that boxing event. Okay.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, timing, right? Anyway, the topic of, fighting comes up.
Naturally.
And Drake, well, he never misses a chance for a little suggestion, does he? He starts hinting, kind of playfully, about stepping into the ring with Kendrick.
No way. He actually said Kendrick.
Well, not directly, not at first,
Yeah.
but it got there. You can almost picture him, like, smirking while he's saying it.
Huh. That's quite a pivot from just diss tracks. It definitely makes you think about how these things play out now, in the media.
Totally. And it wasn't just talk. Apparently, Drake was even doing little gestures.
Gestures,
Like miming jabs and weaves, making little fight noises. Like he was actually picturing the whole thing.
wow. Okay, so he's really leaning into this visual.
Yeah. I mean, the visual alone is kind of hilarious to imagine, right? Putting this, like, physical confrontation idea out there.
That physicality, even if he's just messing around, it's interesting. It's kind of primal, isn't it? Asserting dominance, even if maybe he doesn't actually want to fight, adds a whole theatrical layer.
For sure. And how it came up was also kind of sneaky. Ross was asking him, like, who he'd want to box, hypothetically.
Okay, fishing for a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Drake sort of dodged it, but then he dropped this little gem about knowing who he'd want to face behind closed garage doors.
Ooh, behind closed garage doors. Okay,
Yeah.
subtle.
I mean, come on. We can all read between those lines, right?
Definitely points towards Kendrick. That phrasing, though, behind closed garage doors, it suggests something a bit more, I don't know, personal.
Yeah, maybe not just for show. Like
Yes.
real tension simmering under the surface, maybe, versus just the public performance of it all.
Could be. It makes you wonder what's real and what's just, part of the show.
Okay, so this is where my head starts spinning a bit, right?
Uh-oh.
Where are we going now?
Well, you've got Drake seeming to entertain this idea of a physical fight, this squabble up, I think someone called it.
Right, the boxing thing?
But then you remember, wait a second, isn't there also, like, legal action happening related to the songs?
Yes, that part. The lawyers are involved too.
The irony feels pretty thick there, doesn't it? Talking about boxing while suing.
That juxtaposition is really key, I think. If you look at the bigger picture, it kind of highlights this maybe strategic ambiguity from Drake.
How so?
Well, he's using the legal system, right?
Right.
Which suggests he wants some kind of formal resolution, maybe even punishment through the courts.
Okay, makes sense.
But at the same time, he's flirting with this idea of a physical fight, which is a totally different way to engage. It makes you question what his actual goal is here.
It really does feel like he's actively keeping the story going,
Oh, absolutely.
Like, every time it seems like it might die down, boom. Something else happens, a new lyric, a weird post, now this boxing talk. It's constant.
A constant drip feed of drama, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just us speculating. Someone pointed this out online, highlighted that live stream clip,
Yeah.
and specifically called out how Drake seems to be the one consistently keeping the feud's momentum going. He's not just reacting, he's like actively steering the narrative.
Okay, now this commentator, the one who posted the clip, they had some thoughts on who would actually win if they did box.
Oh, I bet they did. Let me guess, Drake, because he's bigger.
Nope. That's the surprising part. They were actually leaning towards Kendrick.
Really? Kendrick, why?
It wasn't about size at all. It was about perceived grit, dedication.
Interesting, like heart.
Exactly. This person was talking about these almost mythical training regimens Kendrick supposedly has. This image of, like, intense discipline, crazy commitment.
That perception of dedication, that really plays into how you'd picture a fight, doesn't
I
it?
know.
The whole underdog thing.
Yeah.
Willpower over size. Totally. And the height difference. They basically just waved it away. They
Yeah.
said it was irrelevant.
Well, that's often true in actual fights.
Yeah, the argument was that in boxing, skill, heart, that fighting spirit, that matters way more than just being taller. They even brought up some historical examples.
Right. Technique, strategy, mental toughness.
Okay.
Those are huge factors in combat sports. Size helps, but it's not everything.
So it really just throws the question out there, doesn't it? Who would win? Drake with the physical advantages or Kendrick with that rumored intensity and drive?
It's a fascinating hypothetical for sure.
It really is.
And when you circle back to that first point, the legal stuff happening at the same time as the boxing talk,
Yeah.
it really makes you wonder about the strategy behind it all. Is this actually about settling a score? Or is it more about managing public perception, keeping himself relevant?
Good point. Using different tactics for maybe the same goal. Staying in the conversation.
It just raises questions about the motivation, Why these very different approaches to the same conflict?
Exactly. It feels like as long as Drake keeps engaging like this musically online, even with this potential fight idea, this whole thing just keeps going.
He's definitely a key player in keeping that engine running.
He really is. So what does this all mean for you listening? Well, it means this story is far from finished, and it's taking some seriously unexpected detours. Maybe we will see them in a ring someday. Who knows? Definitely something to mull over.